What's up, everybody? Oh, I didn't like the up talking there. Ew. I always have something to complain about. Jeez, I need to calm down. We just started the stream. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, June 15th. Or 15th? I thought it was 19th. I was gonna say it's Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. Celebration of the emancipation returning, actually being, like, you know, enacted upon. Hope everyone's having an amazing day today. Let me make sure, let me fact check myself, because that's like what I remember. So yeah. Let me make sure I'm not saying anything. Yeah. Yeah, ending of slavery in the United States, because it was signed on, what, January 1st, right? Or yeah, so yeah, anyways, wonderful day. I've had a great day today, very relaxing. We are about halfway through the lesson 2 video. In fact, I'd say a little bit more than halfway through. Completely edited, like finalized edited, right? So there's only that other half remaining, which I'm hoping I can get done tomorrow. It's just a lot. But yeah, I'm super hyped to get to today. We're moving on from our wasp construction, which I wasn't really happy with, but also we're going to return to it one day and destroy that thing, right? We're gonna learn from some easier constructions and then hit it strong. And woof! I'm listening to the Tunic soundtrack right now. And man, it's wonderful, but loud. Turn that down. But yeah, so you know, as per usual, I've been warming up on the side. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Also, wait, before we get started today, I want to talk about it. So I was inspired by the YouTuber Chromamoma. I believe that's how you pronounce their name. And I bought a traveler's notebook. So, and I want to use this kind of as my permanent notebook, or my frequent flyer, right? I don't know. Here it is. It's actually very beautiful. It smells amazing. It's handcrafted leather. We'll open it up. I always have like such a hard time getting it open. But yeah, so I got the sketch pad for it. I already have some, I bought some washi tape that I want to take with me. One of these really nice highlighters, and then I put some of my pins in there. I'm going to be changing this out intermittently, because I want to put a fountain pen, a fine liner, and a ball pen in there. And then maybe get rid of some of the colors, we'll see. But very nice paper, haven't used it right, but scared to. And then the pocket over here. Very excited to take this with me to Italy. It'll be very fun, and I actually may switch to some pencils instead of just ink, because I was thinking, like, it's Renaissance theme, right? Like, we're in Italy. Why use ink and stuff when, I mean, obviously, you know, it's not like they didn't use ink, but yeah, very excited with this. I can't wait to use it. It's gonna be so fun. It's getting a bit thick already, which is worrying me, because I don't want any dents in the pages, but it looks like we're good. I just love the feel of it. And yeah, so very excited to jump into that. I've also, over the past 2 days, yesterday we did take a break, right? What was it? I did do some, not really even 50%, just some doodling on the side, which I'll talk about later in the stream, and how I wasn't too happy with that. And it's always so hard to fit back in the bag, which honestly I shouldn't even be using, because I want the leather to wear, right? Oh, it smells like a brand new, like, fancy car. Or, like, have you ever gotten like a really fancy car and you're like, oh my gosh, like, leather interior, this smells amazing. This is that, guys. Oh, it just smells amazing. That's my favorite part of the sketchbook. I hope I can love the pages, the paper, and the use. Totally copying Chromamoma, I'll own up to it. But we will differentiate from him in our drawings. Probably. We may draw a couple robots like he does. Anyways, so yeah, this is my warm-up for today. Experimenting a lot with intersections and organic intersections specifically. I think that's a good one to get into, and trying to mess with those forms. And just experimenting before we get into our grasshopper today. We'll pull out, we'll finish up on this page with some warm-up. We won't do it for too long. So for the 10 minutes, we'll actually be quite strict about only doing it for 10 minutes, right? There we go. And then, yeah, I have tomorrow off from work as well. I requested a bit off this week just so I could finish the video. I'm super excited to hop into it. My online school should also be, finishing up quite soon. So I'm very excited for all that. I feel like I'm getting to the point with organic forms where I do like the exact same, thing every time, so I'm trying to divvy it up a bit with, like, degrees and stuff, but you can only be so original. I've drawn every possible variation of these now. Yep, hope you all have had a good Wednesday and Tuesday, because we weren't streaming the other day. Excited for this lesson 2 video. I was a bit worried. I was getting a bit burned out of art, or not even like burned out totally, just like a bit tired. It happens to all of us, right? Even with the things that we love, so we just have to be careful not to overindulge. There is too much working out, there's too much cooking, there's too much video games. And so I hope, and yeah, so we'll start talking about it now while warming up, because why not? We have the time, right? Sorry, I'm gonna get a bit quiet so I could focus on the ellipses too. We need to ghost more, I've just realized. But yeah, yesterday I realized I was just kind of drawing mindlessly. Which is okay and normal for some, and I don't have the experience nor similarities to people to claim, oh, the only way you should draw is being mindful at all times and completely recognizing what you're doing, because sometimes, you know, that like inner artist takes over and you're just going at it. Or maybe, you know, you can be mindful and all that, whatever, right? But I was just kind of putting stuff on the page and not really like correcting myself. And getting frustrated that it wasn't working out. And I think that in itself is very toxic and very dangerous for art and artists, right? Just kind of grasping instead of actually trying to understand it, or calming down, stepping away, you know? Because whenever you hear the word calming down, it's like someone's angry, something's energetic or stuff, but no, you could just be getting frustrated from a lack of understanding. It's the same kind of feeling whenever you have math homework and you keep doing the same problem over and over again and getting it wrong and you don't understand how, or whatever, you know? It's because drawing is very unique in its input-output system. You could input what you think is a lot of thought and effort, yet you're not going to get that out, right? In both mechanical and conceptual error. You know deep down you're not going to learn much if you just copy all the time. Sure, you'll gain something, but if you don't actually like take the moment to understand it, you'll get really good at drawing symbols, right? What Uncomfy said. What you think is there, what, you know, instead of what it is actually there, or decent representation. You don't have that constructive background to understand it. This is not to say that those who draw without constructional techniques are sinners and all that, but it's to say that those who, you know, expect certain results and don't put forth that effort to try to achieve that, or not even in a mean way. This sounds very rude and like hostile. I don't mean it at all in that way. I think it's better put that in my experience, drawing, I've seen a lot of growth and improvement from looking back at what I draw and saying what's wrong with it, and then making the attempt to learn going forward, sadly. Being able to recognize something is wrong is totally different from understanding why and correcting it. Which is, yeah, frustrating. I like the wasp. Thanks. Not the best ellipses today, but I'm also not too worried about that. Let's pull out another page. Where'd I put my... Oh my gosh, I always put it somewhere different. Okay. Little binder. We'll pull out some used pages again. Practically at this point, I have so many like back up used pages that backed up. That's the right word. That I don't really need. You know, I only pull out new pieces of paper for drawbox constructions. So yeah, for this, I want to just merge two forms. Right now, what I've been obsessed with, and I learned this from the wasp, and specifically the abdomen of the wasp, is how we can have a form like this, and you'd imagine, oh, well, there's only a line going right here, or, you know, it's perfectly symmetrical about this line. But if you see something like this now, I'll do this, and then this is a very weird one, right? Like, oh shoot, this form's very different now. You know, you'd expect something like this instead here. If you're gonna have a line, a contour line. You know, if you drew a line down the middle, roughly this half is gonna be the same as mirrored across this half, right? But no, look at this, it's like totally different. And that's what really got me for the wasp construction, because now we have this, okay? And this actually, now that I think about it, the louse, this is also what confused me on the louse, where you put the next form here. Because like, yeah, if you're gonna draw a line through, because now I know kind of intuitively, I don't really have a good reasoning for it, unless we wanted to draw through what would be the major axis of this. Now all of our forms have to, you know, share that major axis. The kind of dingo that Delano was talking about oh so long ago. But also, yeah, that means this contour, the silhouette of the form, doesn't have seemingly any relation. So, as long as I guess it's split half, like this side is the same as this. So if like we put something right here, it obviously wouldn't work. But if we put something right here, where about half the form is split, and now we can achieve a similar effect. I'm gonna open the degree of this one a bit more because it's coming away. Didn't do a great job of opening that one, but or increasing that degree, but you're starting to see it, right? You can I had the TA pins out for the page earlier just to try to help me, right? But just see through that. That's a bit too straight. Oops. Nice. So yeah, now we can kind of get a cool... We can see it a bit more. Hey, what's up, Delano? Hope all is well. We're chilling today. Gonna hop into the grasshopper construction. And just messing with some organic forms during our second warm-up. We should have merged these two here. Let's try to merge these two forms, or just two forms. That's kind of the annoying thing. Ooh, wait, I have an idea. So we know this line, right? That, or... Yeah, kind of? What? Oh, okay. We just kind of drew it wrong, but yeah, I can see the major axis kind of traveling through there. Yeah, I have a sound mind, no distractions. I have no work now. Going to warm up. Hey, also gonna start lesson 5 today. Let us go. Yeah, I heard you yesterday. You were cracking open that video for lesson 5. Very excited. Stepping into the very, very scary realm of animals. Larger little beings. Right? Is that lesson 5? I remember. Sir Rise's, yep, applying construction to animals. Oh, construction to everyday objects is 6, and then vehicles is 7. Okay, I thought I always like merge the two. A lot of info, yeah. Oof, man. Thankfully, though, we are prepared. We will. Can't remember the word, so I want to say we will rise, but that's a bit funny. Yep. I want to add a form down here, kind of like making this gesture between two forms and merging one of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just try my best to add a form down here. And let's see, I want this form to be intersected about right here. Let's do right here. And it goes across. So that means it's going to eclipse this. This one's bending this way. They're both actually kind of bending in the same direction right here. But then they stop and then kind of go straight. So bending, stop, and then kind of go straight. And that means right here it's in front. So cool. And then what I want to do right here is we're gonna add a contour line going through both of these. So yeah, and we can kind of use, since they're intercepted, we know that right here, actually, that's very cool. Our ellipse needs to travel through right there. So if our ellipse needs to travel right through right there, we know that an ellipse must exist here somewhere. Then we can either do a very small ellipse like this, which no, because we want this to be on the falling edge of that ellipse. So that means the major axis has to be somewhere on this half. So if the major axis of our ellipse is here, then we can kind of pick any ellipse that satisfies this right here, which will do this one. Nice. And look, that really does just fall in line, doesn't it? With that. It's a bit rotated to the left more than I would like, so we could have actually gone a bit over here. But I think for constructional understanding, we did a good job. And then we'll do our little x-axis one for funsies. Nice. And then we'll do one over here. And since this one's tilted away, we're actually going to see a lot more of this type beat. Very, very cool. And just draw through our lines. This is the end of our warm-up today. We'll do a little bit of a... Now this is supposed to go up here and then around. Nice. And then we have this, which the minor axis we decided is right here, so I'm just gonna hit up there and then boom. Nice. It's a bit of an awkward one. We didn't do the best job, but it's definitely there. Cool. So yeah, we would not have been able to do this like a couple weeks ago. And this is gonna scar. That kind of sucks. I got a new scar the other day. Where'd it go? This right here. I was literally just walking up my stairs and clipped, like, we have these like little, I don't know how to describe it, so I'm going to draw it. Am I drawing this just because I want to? Yes, but I'm going to. Oh yikes, that wasn't the best one in the world, wasn't it? Yeah, and the, like, we have a fence on the stairs at our house that kind of looks like this. And then we kind of go like... Yeah, that just really fell apart quickly, right? Something like this. And I was walking and I bumped my arm right here. And now, yeah, scar. I don't even know how that happened. And it's like a pretty blatant one too. This was weeks ago. I don't understand why a simple like little corner of this, which didn't bleed, it didn't bleed, and yet, yeah, I now have a scar. Oh no, I got these scars walking upstairs. How are your drawings been going? Good. We talked earlier in the stream. I wasn't really happy with. I did some doodling the other day, yesterday, and I wasn't at all happy with how I approached it. Here, we can talk about it real quick, a bit more in depth. So, man, this thing's getting chunky because I just have like all the. I need to find a good place to put all my little watercolor, right? So yeah, this was like the end of it. But I just felt like the entire time I was like scribbling. I was trying to learn how to like draw faces better. And yeah, the entire time I just felt like I was scribbling. I wasn't actually like internalizing any methods or stuff. I did find like a couple more ways of holding the pen that I appreciated, but nothing that like, I don't know. It didn't make me like super happy. And to add to that, like this tuk-tuk, which, or not even tuk-tuk, is it? Technically, whatever. It's not that it's bad. I think it's an okay drawing. It's that it, like, it lacks a lot of underlying... I mean, I did these quickly, right? These were, like, urban sketches, practicing going fast, not really thinking. I think that is reserved for people who have practiced this a lot. Yet I was still getting angry because my results weren't like theirs. And that's upsetting, right? You want to see... your drawings that you do instantly after watching like 3 videos on it turn out super well. Lo and behold, when you don't think about it too hard and you do, like, this was probably, you know, 15 minutes, whatever. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna say they look bad either. Just they don't feel right. They don't satisfy me or what I was going for there. And yeah. yeah, I rushed it. I got flustered, and yeah, this is all the words I'll put behind it. No reason to dwell on it, right? Now, have I learned a tiny bit more? Yeah, but I think there's a healthier way of approaching it. So yeah, and today, once we do some 50%, I already have some ideas. We're gonna take it a lot slower. Patience, you know, patience is a virtue, all that good stuff, and I'm very much of that opinion. I also have some confidence. If I walk away from my mic and you guys can't hear me, please let me know. I have some more confidence in like the settings I had to it. So if I go over here, if I watch the thing, I should be technically the same volume. I'm not raising my voice much. Like I'm still outputting about negative 10 decibels. But obviously I sound quieter because it's picking up more of my room to supplement my voice, right? Meanwhile, when I get closer to it, it's a tiny bit louder actually. Especially on my like attack words like T and S's, but at the same yeah, right. But yeah. Anyways, all that nerd stuff aside, let me put these back in our. I need to find a home for this. Maybe I'll just like make one out of paper. I could make a tiny book. That'd actually be quite fun. Just of all the little doodles. That'd be cool. Yeah. So you know, just this. Actually, kind of some of these too, but just a testament. Don't mindlessly draw. Be mindful. Be patient. There's a concept in Taoism, which is it's kind of like one of the core beliefs of Taoism, not just a concept. It is non-thinking or non-doing, non-action. There we go, non-action. Wu Wei, I believe, is the word they have for that. Wu Wei. And when you first hear non-action and how the Taoists are very, you know, into implementing non-action into their lives, you're like, well, how did they get anything done? Why would a Taoist go to the store and get groceries or learn art, music, whatever? But non-action isn't necessarily not doing anything by the actual word, right? Non-action is the concept of submitting to nature. It isn't going against the grain. It is doing what you ought to, in the sense that it feels right. The forces allow it, right? Like it's a very not easy process. Art isn't easy, yet it's in your nature to learn art, right? And so we'll bring up just do it in the Wu Wei. Do it the Wu Wei, right? Basically, whenever you're approaching art, don't make it a forceful, frictionless process. Do what you ought to. And that's, you know, I feel like frustration is born of that friction. You know, you're not learning the way you should respond to, all that good stuff. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just some nerd who likes drawing circles. And with that, we're gonna draw some more circles because we're gonna be studying one step at a time. Somewhat, yeah. We'll get a fresh piece of paper. Here we go. Yeah, Taoism is the, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step type beat. There, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and then we're gonna talk about our little friend that we're drawing today. That sparkling water tasted weird. Anyways. And we're also gonna take a second to acknowledge that the wasp was just a bit too far beyond our difficulty level. And we're gonna return to it, like I said last stream. We finished one version and then we tried really hard to understand the other one, but I think we need more practice with lower level stuff before we hop to the next one, right? And speaking of lower level stuff, I'm not gonna call this one easy, but I'm gonna say it's possibly easier. For those who are scared of insects, please look away because we're gonna put one on the screen now. Here's our, wrong one. Here we go. This is our little friend. This is oh my gosh, I had like all the names up here and then I got rid of it here. Give me a quick second, everybody. I mean, it's in the stream title too, which I don't have yet. It's a black-field cricket. These are everywhere where I live. You will find, actually not even where I live currently, where I used to. They are quite literally everywhere. And it's not annoying because like, they're just goofy little guys. But man, are they everywhere. They multiply. There are thousands of these. It is kind of ridiculous. And of course they're loud, right? They are crickets. But here, let me actually pull up. So we're doing this kind of like in Uncomfy has a bunch of informal demos, so I'm just picking out the same animals from those informal demos. So here's one. This was a grasshopper, but when I looked up grasshopper, I found this cricket, and I was like, okay, well, you know, I live with these every day, so we might as well do this. It's somewhat easier, right, than the wasp. We kind of actually had the same angle that the wasp is at. I just feel like the head. Look at this. Like, look at how obvious this form is right here, right? Like, this is pretty noticeably on there in terms of the head. Now, the head does have a weird shape, which we'll have to figure out, right? Yeah, I'm not really sure how varying head shape is done. Let's look over here. So it looks like they just, oh, well, this wasn't necessarily the correct way of doing it, right? This was just another student's interpretation. Yeah, so roughly, though, we can fit a head in here. And like so, right? And then we have easily, like, I'd say we have this sausage right here. Or not even sausage, it's more of just a spheroid. And then over here, we definitely have a sausage form. Like so. Yeah, not the best sausage form in the world, but, you know, something of the sort. Get that curl in there. There we go. So yeah, something like that. Actually, we'll need to go smaller than this because look at all these plates on the form, which is actually what this one's about. We need to wrap the, you know, plates around it, and it's also segmented. There's 2 of them, which creates this kind of hard to see pattern, but it's there, right? And just ultimately lines going around the form. So nothing too crazy there, but yeah, we can see that here. We have this going over and around, kind of creating that shape, and then down here we have it moving forward, and then this one above it. Is it? Yeah, because this is over it, so this hangs over this, and this one subducts it, and then heads over here, and then this one subducts that, and this one seems to be longer. But yeah, so we have that pattern over here. And it kind of goes all the way to this little butt thing. Not really sure what's going on there. Whoa, what's with the butt spike? Interesting. Yeah. So we're gonna just redo this here. We'll you know, create a clean copy. I'm gonna do this 100 times like the wasp. We're gonna calm down with all that, and we're gonna kind of just go for it tonight. Don't want to overcomplicate it. I do want to texture this one, and we're still going to be in the spirit of the critique I gave myself, which is we should really calm down with our, actually, oh wait. I'm going to stick with this for now. Like that. Cool. Actually smaller. The curve is going to be down here for the sausage form. I just didn't emphasize it. I'm kind of getting tired of drawing this over again, but I'll just go slow and wobbly rather than... There we go. Okay, going slow and wobbly on PC is actually a bit better, with the mouse wise anyways. But yeah, so we get a lot of these forms underneath, and this actually kind of makes sense that it's going to curve down here, because that means we get to see more of the belly, which we are, right? Meanwhile, right here, we're seeing less of the belly. Right there. Oh, the abdomen, right? Anyways, sorry. Okay. Let's pull up some, what is it called? Blackfield cricket anatomy. Blackfield cricket anatomy. Just so we can call things correctly, we can learn together, everybody. Oh my god, this is making me so mad. I just want to pull this image up. It's in Comic Sans, and all it says is long antennae, big head, short... Dude. I get it, this is probably for like a kindergarten or something. But like, geez, that makes me angry. And man, so yeah, for those who don't know, I'm listening to the Tunic soundtrack on the side right now. Beautiful. Really beautiful stuff. Oh my gosh. currently the song is Imperial Observatory, with Imperial spelled differently. Interesting. Maybe I need to play Tunic. Who knows? Anyways, let us... Oh, okay, well, I just learned what that little spike on the back is. Interesting. Oh, okay, Circe in the ovipositor. Interesting. Okay. Didn't know the... Yeah, okay, cool. And then over here we have legs, head, antennae, thorax. Cool. So yeah, just as a reminder of, you know, kind of what's going on here. Nice. Cool bean. So yep, this is kind of the form we're working with here. And now we're going to go with a different color. And so yeah, the contour is actually just really on the top of this one. We're not going to do too much of that. But then from here, we start seeing more of the top, right? Not a lot. And then over here, we're still just seeing only the side of it. Barely even that, right? Oh, my nose is itchy. Not a good time. And this one could be tricky. We just need to emphasize that even though this contour is here, this is like signaling the top of the head, not the front of the face, because we're aiming down right here, right? So we kind of this going on. We're gonna bring this fella down here. Okay, it's not selecting both of those. Interesting. Cool. There we go. PureRef's drawing system is janky. I won't lie, but it works, right? Then over here, oh, look at that, pretty. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have this form that travels over the sausage form, which is a bit large, don't you guys think? Yeah, I think that needs to be rewritten. You know, nothing exact, but get it right. It'd be something in the vein of, because yeah, we want the arms to kind of, like I said, subduct, so it's gonna be kind of like this. Oh, there's a whole kind of form. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, because we have a leg right there, a leg right here. And then a leg actually over here. Which, I know Uncomfy wants us to do our legs from... I guess all of this could be a singular form. Just would be reaching a bit. I don't necessarily believe in it. Can we get a side profile of our little friend? Okay. So anatomically. Yeah, it does seem there's just not really a form here, and the leg does come out of there. Trying to find a better picture of these little guys. Just for reference, but it seems that we're not going to get that. We should probably start the timer, shouldn't we? There we go. Not really seeing. I mean, we could. I say why not? Because just because that is there doesn't mean we can't subtract from that form, right? So I say we do the entire. So our original. Oh shoot, that means we have to redraw it. Unfortunate, but yeah, this practically. I do want this kind of sharp, you know, like shape to it, right? And so we'll have our contour line just for the sake of it, right? Like going over kind of. Nice. Cool. Now we can draw the scales and plates and stuff on it. So here, we're gonna add our form over this. It's gonna go really high. So maybe we need to bring up our form a tiny bit, right? But something like this. Like that, right? For the head, we have this form that we want to add over here where it's going to go back and over. That's going to go out forming this beak. Right, because it has that kind of, yeah, that kind of beak. Nice. Which, yeah, it's kind of going like this. Yep, cool. It's a bit lower, I think. Like so. And then, yeah, we could also just add the form right here to, and subducted by this plate, right? I like that word today. You can tell I've been in my geography class. Head, sub, back. There we go. And then we have our wing over here, which is actually going to take a majority of the form, which is very interesting. You know, I wouldn't expect that to happen. What we can do is we can start the wing here, then curl it back, and then kind of go over with it. And wing subducts the back plate, I'd guess. Kind of like, yeah, just obey that form happening over there. Likewise, we'll just do it right here, because why not, right? I think they, yeah, okay. For these plates, we're gonna easily just do a hop over, and then end right here. Like so. Each of these plates, I guess this will subduct the next, right? Or this one will like precede that one. So on. And then these, which are going to be shifted about, which I'm actually going to say are over that. This one goes over there. One pops out, goes over here. And they're not exactly in sync with those. Let's look at this over here just for a reference of that. Yeah, so it's just a tiny bit off. There's not really an exact pattern to it. Of course, they will increase in degree. And yeah, looks like he didn't draw through the form here, so we don't have to either. Or at least I'm not going to, just to save up, because it's going to get really chaotic over there, right? So cool, we have that happening there. So yeah, that means just what I'm going to do here. We're going to follow that happening. And we're actually going to go underneath. Yeah, this is going to go over here. Actually, no. It's going to happen like that, so. Subducts this. This sub that. Cool. And for over here, this sub that. Cool. And then for the leg, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it actually really high up here. The joint, right? This is a sphere, not something on the surface. And I'm gonna do, actually, no, we'll do it lower down here. Because you have this form right here. I mean, technically, yeah, we're gonna do actually this. And then we're gonna add a form here to bolster it a bit. So we'll go down. Actually, no, we'll just go through the form. And then we'll add these forms over here to increase the size of it all. Which may get a bit messy, which I'm actually a bit reluctant to do. This person... They subtracted the form, actually. Interesting. But I like adding to the form. I like additive measures more. So I'd rather do that. And then everything else is pretty, not simple, but straightforward after that. Cool. So let's do a quick analysis of just, I'd say the most pivotal form is this central one right here. I'm going to do like this. Cool. So the entire little bug, ooh, look at this antennae. Woof. We're going to start over here at the ovipositor, and we're going to go, I have to count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then height wise 1, 2, 3, a little over 3. So I like that. That's a 2-to-1 ratio, which is very nice. And it's in 6, so now we can divide it, you know, into 2 cubes practically of space. And this also means, just because he's so long, we can start. Oh yeah, we probably couldn't start in the exact center of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so a little near 4, so it would be a tiny bit to the right. Actually, yeah, we'd just be on the right half with this form. We can go a bit bigger. We just have to be a bit mindful of these antennae. Then again, that's not my major concern, so if they're shorter, we can just cut them off, or we could find, you know, something, right? Cool. So without any further ado, we're gonna open our fresh pack of Drawbox pins. Very excited. Took it like 2 weeks to get here, but it's okay. Because now we have a fresh. Oh my gosh, it actually smells. What the hell? Do they all smell like that? It smells like a very rubbery. I probably shouldn't be inhaling pins. No, I'm not like opening them. Guys, don't inhale pins. I'm like, yeah, it smells very rubbery. Huh, interesting. Who knows? Anyways, guys, don't huff Drawbox pins, please. Kavel does not encourage you to huff Drawbox pins. Anyways, let's continue. Take a quick sip of water. So just be mindful of the gesture, right? We're going to be curving like this down. We're going to be practically in the middle of the page, so I'm not really worried about height at all. We just want to be to the right of the middle. We can do, just for the sake of it, once again, these spare pages were from the Drawbox video that we're working on. I really hope it's like helpful to people. That's my big worry, is that I spend all this time in this video and people don't find it helpful. Even if it's like 3 views, right? I just want someone in the comments to be like, whoa, like, this helped me finish lesson 2. That's really all I want. Anyways, higher degree. Remember, we want to be on the right side of the page. So, you know, be about over here. We're angled down slightly. Oh, look at that. That would be perfect. Okay. I'm not too happy with the line work, but I don't think... I mean, more ghosting could probably help. That one was a bit long. I feel like I'm just gonna smear Inkajis. There we go. Felt a bit more relaxed on that one. Focused up a bit. It's almost like it's a superpower. That'd be so cool. Yeah, like I've always wanted to, this is not the power I'd want. But I always thought the Franklin's power from GTA to like slow down time and control the car better is so cool. That's my favorite ability in all of GTA. Anyways, plus the abilities weren't that crazy cool, so. Very angled. Not at all the size I was expecting. That's okay. Now we're gonna do the head. Practically the same size. Yeah, I want to merge the head a bit more now. Just because this is so, like, if we want to dress this, right? Then we're gonna have the sausage form down there, so I'm gonna move the head up a bit more. I still want this. That's gonna be majority of the form going back. So that means I want the head to be up a bit more. Yep. Cool. And then from here we want our sausage form, which is about 1, 2 long. Or if we want to do this, 1, yeah, about 2. So about 2 of these. About that long. Not as skinny. Actually, yeah, pretty much the same, just 2 times. We're going to be aiming down quite a bit. Bit worried we're not gonna have room for the legs now, especially this one right here. We'll try. Oof. I think we've really just hyper shortened the thorax, but I think we could still make it work. This might have been too angled. Yeah, look at that, Jesus. Been like over here, more flattened. Oof. Let's see how much we can work with. Yeah, I want to start with this form first. Let's do some contour lines. Because we're still going to see the top of this one. Cool. And we're going to see the very close to top of that one. Cool. And this one we're really not going to see much at the top at all. We may see like a bit of, not even, you know. Something like that, I guess. Yeah, that's like very minimal, but you know. I really hope we... Why did I go so low on the page? Jeez. Could have started up... Yeah, what? Wait, why did I not like start really high on the page? Oh, whatever. Let's get to it. So yeah, we do have this form right here, but I'm not too worried about that yet. We want to do this one for right now. Which I'm going to drop a tiny bit more than we need to. Actually, no. Let's see. It actually ends kind of like right here in R1, but over here we're much higher. Which means we're actually going to be much more glued to the form than this one. It's definitely flat, so we're going to start right here where the head would be. So I guess it's smarter to start with the head. We're just going to add a form kind of like this, going back, be short right here and then go long. Right here and then go long. Like so. Really good, do a good job melding that. Oop. Yeah, so I kind of see that happening now. We can actually kind of join that now. Something like that. We'll see. You know, much flatter head right here, and then we have the form face we want to add, which is going to go like a beak over here and then up. We want a curve right here, basically. So hopping over that, going down and then over and then curling in. So hopping over this, going down and then over and then curling in. Starting to see it now. And we go over here and kind of stop. So we go over here. Have that little dip in there. We have the eye. It's gonna be kind of almost smack dab in the center, a bit lower. And I'm actually gonna... Not a perfect ellipse. Bit like that. Cool. And then we have this additive form right here, which is actually a dent, kind of. We're going from here. I'm not sure how much I want to do that. It's a subtractive form, sorry. It's like a dent in the head, right? Which I feel like I have all the time. And then here we're going to jump around. It actually kind of goes forward, but yeah, so. We want to hop around this. Let's try not to be too obsessive over copying this exactly, and instead hyperfixate on trying to obey the forms on there. I feel like I do that a lot. I feel like this should have been a bit more to the right, and this contour line isn't very exact, but whatever. We're gonna dance around here, go down, and then dance up here. I don't know why I'm using dancing as my verb of choice, but we're doing it today. And yeah, we want to go about this deep. We're actually going to go over this form. So if we're going to overlap, why not do it with style and kind of go crazy? We're going to go over. So yeah, let's go deep with this overlap. Cool. I think that's a bit too deep. We want to land like right in the cheap. So yeah, that was a bit too deep. Oops. And then we want to go travel over here and up, and then around and over because our... There we go. And now, oh, we should have had like, yeah, look at that. This, and then we kind of curl over, going around. Whatever, this is a simple form. I am but a simple form. Then we're going to curl over here. Yeah. The general idea. I don't feel like I was very honest to that negative space that's right there, though. Yeah, and this just is much smaller. Yikes. Whatever. Cool. Okay. And then we're gonna kind of go from here, subducts, right? And go out. We're gonna land nearly over here. We're still going down, right? This. Let's see, we're not gonna pass through the entire thing. We want that triangle negative space right here. So I'm actually gonna, the point where it raises in here. Then we travel around. We're gonna hop out. Let's see, this lands about through the halfway mark. The halfway mark would be about right here. We're gonna land over here, near the butte. About right like that. And we're gonna just have a gentle... like that. And then we're gonna travel down. Yeah, nice, good line work. Cool, cool. So errors so far, we should have danced a bit better up here, just traveling along that form. I think we kind of set ourselves up for failure with this initial construction, but that's okay. We didn't pay attention to the negative space right here. Like in the notes, Uncomfy says, you know, triangle. A lot of insects have triangle shaped nature because they're supposed to be dangerous, right? Or stuff like that. I mean, this is even like pseudo triangular, right? All those triangle negative spaces right here. And so maybe as practice, you know how like we do these constructions, one of just the bare bones, one of the additive forms. We could do one with just negative spaces. I think that's a brilliant idea, so we'll start doing that. Also, I feel like this could have had a bit more of a curve to it, but it won't matter because we have that leg in front of it. So, being more true to how we think it should look like, right? Important. And yeah, also, yeah, this was much more of this kind of shape. Oops. Cool. And then, so yeah, we have the beak, we have the main head. I guess we'll just get started on the legs. So yeah, we obviously have a leg going through right here. It's pretty chunky, all things considered, and actually takes up a large portion of that, so we'll start like right here. Then we have the next one over here, kind of in the joint. Raises up a bit higher. And then we have the one starting actually down here. Yeah, it happens here, so that is where we'll make it happen. Yeah, this one's gonna pop out into the side. This one also, like, kind of starts near here. Just this one, you know, overtakes a lot of that. Near probably the quarter mark right here, and actually lands, right? And where we see a majority of this. So I'll put it right here just to not clutter up too much. Yeah, because it does go in here. We need to draw through our form, so we'll go like that. Cool. And then in the back, you can't really see any of it, so we're not going to worry about too much. I'm going to add a form over here, though. On the side of the face. To start working with those antennae once we get to it. But for now, let's focus on the somewhat easier form. It lands near the halfway point of the beak. Our beak is a bit large, as we've established. And we're doing this kind of sausage form with a curl right there. Something like that. And then from there, we have a sausage form kind of going to the right and bending. Seeing a lot of this shape. Any negative space that we need to worry about is the triangle right here. And then kind of this whole region. We do have this weird neck. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Look at this. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe that's the, I don't know what that is. I would assume it's like this plate on the other side, but I don't think it's that rotated. Oh. I don't know why I looked down there as if it was going to give me more. This is the mesosternite. Mesosternite. So I guess that's an actual form inside of it that we've neglected so far. We've done this then. Interesting. That is definitely there. We can maybe edit as a, if we do texture this as a darker texture, I don't know yet. Anyways. So yeah, this one we're gonna bounce at us like this. Gonna hang under as well, so here comes the bounce at us. Like so. That could have been probably a bit less bouncy, but we're okay there. And then we have the smaller form, which is coming out here. It lands past there, so we're actually going to go pretty deep with this one. I'd say, yeah, we have the initial joint, and then that smaller one over there. So the initial joint lands about right here, so we can do that. It goes to the side slightly, so like so. And then we have the smaller one right here, which is kind of in the same direction actually. And then a little hook at the end. Also, it's kind of going like this a bit. And we have part right here. I'm gonna just do this for now. Nice. Cool. Very nice. And right here we actually have this really cool kind of form happening, but I'm not sure how much I want to express that just yet. All I know is I just want to kind of do like this thing. Yeah, that's a pretty tough contour to do. Probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Cool. So we have the next leg coming right here. It's going to hop out of here to the same height. So we have two sausage forms, but yeah, anyways. We'll do one like this, starting from there. And it's actually going to go all the way down there. That's kind of hard to believe. And it's going to take up, it's pretty thick. Actually, it's going to be like this. Even though I'm getting this gesture from it. We'll see. Maybe we could add a form in there to thicken it up. And then, of course, we want... we actually want it to go over here. Break that triangle, because there's no... I mean, if there is negative space in there, it's really dark. Basically, we want to start like this. And then this right here. That wasn't really thick enough, but it's okay. And then we have this popping out of it. Meeting at that 1/4 mark at its top. And we're going to be having a sausage form bending out like so. Not going too far into the body. In fact, yeah, just scraping the top of that. Probably should have gotten thinner at the top, but whatever. Now, I'm going to make this one a tiny bit thicker, and let's see what we're going to do here. This one, not really seeing any landing points exactly for this. All I can tell is it hangs a tiny bit off the face. It's about at the quarter mark, or about right here, and we land to the left, so somewhere around that mark. So we're going to do the form like this. We're going to start from the top this time, really try to emphasize that the leg is in there. It's a bit thicker than that one, but I'm actually okay with that. And now this one is going to go a bit out. It's going to land a bit halfway through this one at its longest. So that means we're going to stop about right there. Nice. Oh my gosh, is this okay? This is more Dragon Quest music. I just autoplayed, and hey, I'm thankful. Dragon Quest music is amazing. I'm so glad I've somehow discovered this now. Anyways, and then we're gonna have the little pincer. And it has like this shape in the middle. Nice, very cool. Oh, we could have turned that into a sphere, whatever. And then over here, the big leg. Thank you very much. There's some glaring issues. Not too happy with them, but we're committing for now. We're learning. Maybe maybe we should actually like write down our reviews. I don't want to write on the page. Actually, where is my tracing paper? I remember bringing it back to me. Maybe it's still in my room. Oh wait, here. I will be right back, everybody. Hopefully, if I fall, you'll hear it and it'll be funny. Here, wait. I couldn't find the tracing paper. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys could hear me yelling. It's an arduous process, to say the least. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to start from here. We got a thick leg, but remember, we're only doing the form on the inside, or the sausage form, and then we'll add a form over here to connect the rest of the leg, right? So this one lands at the halfway mark-ish, right here. Oh, I have a straight out right there. I mean, it's already messy, but let's try to stay somewhat organized. I'm almost tempted. But we're, sorry. So we're going to go right here, and we're going to pass actually the butt of the of our form. So we're going to be about right here, and that's where we want to end it. And yeah, so I'm going to actually do the sausage form like this. This one's going to be quite difficult, but we got it. Cool. And now we're going to add our form underneath it like this. It's going to be about this big, yeah. Actually, we can add it in here. Right here-ish. And it'll go like that, so yeah. I don't think I really captured how thick it was there. It should have been much more up here, but that's okay for now. Not really, but I'll lie to myself until it's true. Cool. And then we have this part of the leg that goes down to the butt. About over here. Kind of scraping the edge of it. So yeah, we're starting here. We're gonna be curling down like this. A bit wobbly there. And I wish we intercepted these a bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Have that kind of like joint that's right there for funsies. Cool. And then finally we have going over here, the back leg, which I guess is what enables the jumping. So we're already a bit off by quite a bit. How did I not realize this? Dang, that's like way too soon. Not even comparable. Thanks. Anyways, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go down, out. It's a bit tough. Anyways, cool. Now we can choose to add some of the forms on the back, which we're gonna require a bit of this happening here. Remember, so yeah, on our notes, actually, we put it over here. the rightmost subducts the leftmost over here, and the leftmost subducts the rightmost over here. So it's opposite. So we want to start from here with this one, and we want to start from here. So we want to start from the left over here, basically. And I'm going to start from this one because it kind of gets blurry over here. I don't want to overcomplicate it. But yeah, basically we're going to kind of go like this around to about right here. Cool. I kind of wish I gave more room, but we'll have opportunity to do that. Then we have the next one right next to it. So I just did this one, right? Go to a better view. So yeah, I just did this one. Now we want to do this one. We'll go a bit like this. We kind of separate over here, making this like kind of just wider base. So let's do that. Cool. And let's see, what was the rule? Right subducts left. So the left is going to go over here, and this one's going to come from there. Okay, so this one comes from that, so we can do like this right here. This one's going to come from over there. Nice. So this one's going to go like this to right here. We're onto this one now, which we have a bit too much room, right? Should probably made these bigger. And it still continues that kind of widening at the base pattern. And I'll make this one a bit larger just to get these out of the way, right? And of course this one subducts that. Then we have this one right here. Just kind of stabilize it a bit, because us like adding over here kind of widened it a bit too much, but that's okay. We'll kind of go like that just to sell that. And then over here, it's kind of a mess, but we do have a form back here, and I don't want to ignore it. Kind of goes like this, or the what is it called? Circe. Where we have like one happening kind of through it's through what would be the middle of this leg, but our anatomy, our proportions are all messed up. This over here. And it's raised. So I'm gonna add this form here. It's gonna go up here. There you go. We're not going to worry about that too much right now. We have this one. Here's where some of the fun stuff happens. We're actually going to curl back a bit right here. Start back. Go over here. I'm going to start with this form right here, though, where we're kind of starting from the under piece and then going over here and curling around the form. And then in the middle of this one, we're going to drop and finish that one off. We're going to go over here and then drop. We kind of already broke our rule of the one subducting the other, but we're gonna stick with it for now. So yeah, this one, the left subducts the right, so this should be going in instead of going over, but we've kind of committed already, so I'm not going to back out. This one goes up like this. And we're actually going to see a lot of the bottom of it. Man, the legs should have been so much thicker. Jesus. That's so bad. Kind of making it work though, so that's good at least. And this I'm just gonna do like, there we go. There's like a subtle plate back here, but I wouldn't do anything with that. Too crazy. Cool. And then yeah, we have the CRC over here, which I'm gonna do with a pretty straight line out. And over here we have one of those. Oh, well, the ovipositor kind of looks like it's coming out of there, but what we're going to do is we're just going to draw through it this way. Cool. Get some of those antennae happening. So yeah, we have this subtractive form over here, where we're going to trail the eye, come over here, kind of bend over, have this sharp spot right here, this actually like dip, which kind of goes into the, yeah, we're gonna have this, like I want to ignore it, but yeah, we're gonna have this dip that goes right here. Go over here. Goes like that. Then in here, we have this form. And then over here we have this form. And then we have our antenna from that. Why did I grab my mouse when I meant to grab my pen, or like get a better grip on my pen? That's a bit interesting. And yeah, so we could just kind of travel outwards here. Towards us too, which is the interesting part. Oh, yikes. Then over here we also have it happening. Got a bit too big on them, but that's okay. We have the dent continue into here. And kind of go like that. And we have some other forms happening here which are unique. No. Okay, let's see. We have, so yeah, with this we inserted. We're gonna have a sausage form going to about right here. Cool. And then from there we're gonna have another one that extends like this out into the side. Which is a bit more straight, but that's okay. And then we go down here. And then finally we have this very bulbous one over here. We're just going to go like this and bend downwards and then out. Oh, yikes. That's way too big, isn't it? Whatever. We have another one that's kind of going right here. We have a sausage form going down. We have a bit of that negative space in there. And then finally this like little ball. Over here we have this one starting. And from there we have this form reaching out. And then once again we have another kind of bulbous one. Okay. Cool. That's the majority of our guy. Let's do some back legs. Which is kind of just going to be like this. That's about halfway through our form. We'll go like this. Next one goes through that down here. Cool. Not my best work at all. It's okay for now. Let's see, we'll continue this contour line. Which is subducted by this plate. We can actually give this plate some more definition now. What I want to do is as we travel up like this, I want to give it like a notch right there. Then we're going to travel over. Cool. And then we are subducting the one in front of it, so we're going to go like this as well. Yeah, it's not this rounded in the actual thing, which sucks, but that's whatever. Line our skull right here. Cranium, I should say. Cranium, yeah. Look at me, I'm a nerd. Cool. I want to kind of emphasize this gap right here, even though it doesn't technically exist, because that really sells that the beak is a separate form. See, we'll have this right here. I mean, that'll probably be like a cast shadow that I'll add in a bit, but cool. For the legs, let's start doing some fun intersections. Yeah, I mean, practically all of this is in front of that one. Then right here, what we have, that right there. Pressing probably a bit too hard with my pen now, I've realized how intense I'm being with this. Cool. And then this one right here. Let's see, can you see that other side of the arm? Not technically with this, but I mean, the best artist, so you can. Well, we have this going right here. And yeah, that's kind of where that ends. So actually what we're going to do here is if these two intersect like that, then we're going to have like this. Ish. Cool. Gonna sell that. And this one still is in front. Enforce the eye. Still a major form. Right here, this leg only breaches about right here. Cool. So yeah, major failure today on this is just our proportions. We could have done a lot better with the proportions. I'm not happy with the line work, or I'm not upset with the line work or anything. I'm actually, in fact, pretty happy with our construction, how we laid everything out. Like I said before the stream, it wasn't really a tough construction. But yeah, we could have definitely done a much better job of emphasizing what goes where. Yeah, like the leg could have been bigger too. I think that's one of the major ones we missed out. Because like the leg is a huge characteristic, quite literally, of this little guy, and we not do him justice. All the work he put into those leg days, and we just ignored it like that. Maybe it's because I'm coping. I skip leg days. I actually don't, sadly. I wish I didn't. Leg day was yesterday though. Today was only stretch day, so very thankful that we did not have to go through the pain of leg day. How's it so universally agreed upon that leg days suck? Past every culture. Like, I bet you the Greeks even hated it. Oh, my back. Oof. Maybe more back days. Yeah, let's also make sure we overlap our leg forms, sausage forms more so we can get better intersections in the future. And let's also make this sharper. Don't know what I was thinking there. Probably not the right stuff. You'll only be thinking about crickets right now, come on. Draw a cricket, one must be with the cricket. To be a cricket, you must see the cricket. Know the cricket. Love the cricket. This is not a cricket. Oh, this is a cricket. Sorry, I sometimes like confuse grasshoppers and crickets. I don't know why. Well, guess what? Time's up. Can't believe we did this all in 45 minutes. Kind of shows what happens when we lock in a bit. Oh, let's touch these up a bit. I just reinforce what's happening there. Nice. I feel like those turned a bit too fast on the bottom, but I think this is okay for now. So without... Actually, yeah, it looks clean. I mean, I'm happy with that, but there's just a lot of smaller technical details. So this is a testament to it can look nice, it can look pretty, but you can be getting a lot wrong still. So, anyways, good stuff. Happy with it. Let's do our 50% of the day now. What time are we at in the stream? 1:30 over... What? Already? Jeez. I guess we warmed up a bit too long. Oh yeah, we also didn't start a timer for this, so that makes sense. Anyways, good work today. Pretty happy with it. Yeah, let's do our review right now, and then we'll get into our 50%. I really wish... A tracing paper. I have no idea where I would have put it otherwise, I think. It would be with a... Oh, I know exactly where it is here, guys. I will be right back. We're gonna grab our tracing paper, and we're gonna do some review critiques. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. Man, two people just got here too, or a new person showed up. I feel bad. Sorry for whoever just joined. I'll be right back. I promise. Oh, no, they already left. Both the people already left. That's crazy. I just watched the retention graph drop. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'll be right back. Everybody, I'm sorry to say, but oh, that's the stream. Why did I do that again? I could not find the tracing paper. I did find... I put out this is one of them. This is one of them, but I did find this, which I realized, like, I've been really needing some material to learn. but to help me like construct things. This is less organic forms though. Wow, this gets technical. Oh my gosh. That. Like flipping through all of it right now. It goes over a lot more perspective and. Jeez, I need a book on like. That's very constructional. I mean, that's the title of the book. How to draw anything with like construction. Anyways. So, review. The head placement was actually pretty good. The beak was definitely too large, but I think that's because we're compensating for original incorrect placement of the ellipse right there, which is a bit of an argument with myself, right? Because I don't want to go for perfection, but also this misplacement of the first thing on the page really kind of hurt me. But we still worked with it, and we actually rocked with it quite well. We did a great subduction right here, even though it's a bit hard to notice. I hate to add more ink to the page, especially during our war and ink, but you can definitely tell, you know, that subduction is there. Same thing with these. I think we actually represented that quite well in the grand scheme of things. But I kind of messed that up. Oops. See, this is what happens every time. Yeah, and just proportions were off everywhere, so our initial setup is more important than anything. I'm glad we caught into these smaller details then. We did have some errors in terms of recognizing negative space, which, I mean, we just should catch up on better in the future, right? And yeah, this was definitely rotated way too low. It should be up here, which caused this to bend more. Look how flat it is in the actual thing, which we try to compensate for, but we can only do so much, right? But yeah, I think we did a wonderful job, especially fast compared to usual, even though it's pretty slow compared to other people, but we don't really care about how other people are doing. We only care about improving ourselves, and today was definitely an improvement. Also, yeah, this could have been like way higher on the page. Look at this, like, what is this? Right, we'll choose to texture it tomorrow, but we're gonna do now. I don't want to cut it off early because I kind of did want to do 50%. I don't really have anything to do for the rest of the night. I could work on the lesson 2 video. I'd say we keep it short and sweet tonight. How about that? I know I say that a lot, and we've been ending streams early or whatever. But yeah, let's not overdo it. We have no reason to. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was very successful in terms of getting stuff done, but not very successful in terms of doing things right? So next construction, let's make sure to improve ourselves. And remember these things. I really need to start putting these. I have this from Portugal. I bought this while I was in Portugal. It's crazy cheap. Is the price on here? Okay, I don't see it, but it was like stupid cheap. And I've just used it as like a kind of on-the-go sketching thing, right? Just for like practice and stuff like that. But honestly, what we should do, this may be temporary. But let's, should we make it a habit, guys? There will be days when I'm too tired to do this, but let's do it anyways. Let's use that high-tech C that I've just been spamming as of recent to keep in this bag. I really have no storage. I'm thinking about like designing a like a wooden cabinet of sorts. Then again, I don't have access to great constructional materials. Anyways, so yep, let's just start doing lesson 3. What's the lesson title? Applying construction to plants. I meant to put these 2 words underneath, but I just guess I stopped paying attention. Just thinking about what we wanted to write. This can be like, I guess, our like critique diary. I guess, yeah. So today we drew the what's it called? Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting the name. Blackfield cricket. spelled with a CK, right? Yeah. And this is 6/19 stream 136. Cool. So yeah, basically, initial thorax off and house had errors. We forgot about negative base. Contour awareness could have helped. I'm trying to think. The thorax shield, or like there's, yeah, thorax back. I think our legs were actually pretty decent. Beak too large. Too large. Head subtraction. Questionable. Abdomen too tilted. For example, this. Yeah, like that. Should not be below that line. And yeah, we could have draw through. Oh wait, why did I do this? I have I'm a huge proponent of keeping everything, and this is the like extra materials that came with the travel notebook. And this was the notebook that they gave us, the original notebook. Let's start using this. Okay, this will be our critique book, and we'll write down, I guess, every stream. Yeah, if we want to learn, let's write it down. Yeah, okay. New resolution, everybody. As strict as I am with myself on my discipline, my eagerness to learn, and my encouragement of you guys doing something you love every day, if we wish to improve and continue doing things that we love, let's write it down. I'll transfer this maybe, or I'll just keep it here. But yeah, let's start writing down our reviews every day now, or like when we finish a work, including 50% critiques. Basically, everything that we learn, let's put it in here. I think this is a wonderful idea. We won't, and some days it could just be a couple words. We don't want to, make this a chore. Setting realistic expectations, right? I like this. Let's do this. Okay, everybody. Well, we have a new resolution today, starting on stream 136, Blackfield Cricket Construction. Is that really the stream title? Blackfield Cricket Construction. We vow to start writing down our critiques in this book every stream or every time we complete a construction. We won't do it as a detriment to ourselves, so we won't do it if we really feel like it's not necessary, and we won't make it a stressful event. And we will make sure to actually use this and review it, because there's no point in in writing down critiques other than kind of remembering it better than if we just don't review this, right? So we'll start doing that every stream. I think that's a good productive habit, and let's not be critical. Let's be constructive in here and just write down things that we notice, get some habits, and it'll act as a good journal to help us in the future and show people, hey, these are the kind of things I recognized while I was improving. I really like that idea. Cool. Thank you to Travelers Company for putting that free one in there. Despite it being somewhat expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Not the cheapest thing in the world. I'll be transparent too. I'm not sponsored, by the way, by Traveler Company. The book itself, the leather bound with the free insert, this was $55. Every insert after that, I believe, was around $9. Those were the sketchbook inserts, and then I think there was like a somewhat cheaper $7. That was the insert for the things. These are tentative prices as of June 16th or 19th, 2024. Do I think it's a bit expensive? The inserts, I would say they're fine, but the actual book itself, $55. It is handmade. That's at least what they say, right? And it does look handmade. Not in a bad way, right? It just, there's no sign. It was pretty intricate. Things are taped inside the package, like hand taped. So someone's definitely like hand sealed all that. So I truly believe that these are handmade. The packaging is very nice, and it does have a very good quality to it. But we'll see how it holds up when I actually travel, if I think it's good for traveling. And yeah, sorry. Thank you, Delano. Yeah. Just realized this is not closing. My TA kit, no. It's always hard fitting everything in here. You have to like kind of keep it at a certain level. Winsor & Newton. I'm like crunching it. That's not good. I just don't want to lose all my pens. That better? I guess. I just don't like stray pencils. Stray pencils upset me, so I'd rather have stray microns than stray pencils. There we go. Okay. My OCD on stream, everybody. Cool. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We have a new hobby. We have a new habit. We have a new habit to enact on stream, and we will do better in the future. Not that this was bad, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully the lesson 2 video will be out this weekend. Who knows? Bye for now.